Hello again, witchy people. Second time around for me for the YouTube Pagan Challenge 2018, and today I am choosing the letter H. Now, unusually for me, my H is a deity, and that deity is Hestia. She was a Greek virgin goddess, and her domain is kind of like home, the hearth, family, protecting the family. The fire, she's represented by the cauldron, sort of like an old-fashioned kettle, so sort of like a cauldron on a fire. And her domain was also cooking and baking and providing food. Bread especially is really good as a representation of Hestia. If you want to honour Hestia, put a piece of bread on your altar, especially during the winter months. And when that bread becomes very dry and icky, you know, sort of it's all dried out, crumble it up and scatter the crumbs out for the birds. That's a perfect offering. Another perfect offering for Hestia would be to make a really big hearty casserole or stew or a bowl of soup and feed it to the family. Now, the reason I have this connection with Hestia is going back many years ago, when I first started calling myself a witch, when I first gave myself that label. I didn't change the way I lived, I didn't change the way I acted or anything about myself. I just gave myself the label witch because it fitted. And it was at this time I was really interested in ancient Greeks, ancient Romans, ancient Egyptians, the Celts, and sort of ancient history. And it was then that I came across Hestia, and I thought it was quite unusual that she has no malice in her. She's one of the very rare deities that is just good. She presides over domestic peace and protection of the home. She has no jealousy, no ill will, no malice, which is quite unusual because deities are usually quite balanced, or they tend to be quite dark, but they're never 100% nice. And maybe this is why she was kind of pushed aside and usurped by another goddess. You don't often hear of Hestia anymore. But it was round about this time, I was 16, when I fell pregnant with my first child. And I think that's where this connection began, because she was the protector of the home and the hearth. And even today, my children call me a feeder. People come round and the first thing I say is, food you must eat. And it's probably part of my Jewish heritage, but it's very Hestia-like to, you know, to honour the goddess that way. Is to offer people food and to share food. So there you go. That is Hestia. I can't think of anything else I could tell you about her. Like I said, she's very she represents community and safety and family, and sort of like gatherings of family, like family, as well as absolute family. I can't think of anything else really. I know when it's not something that I ever did, but going back to the ancient Greeks, to honour Hestia, you'd light a fire in your hearth and not let it go out. And obviously one of her representations was what was called a kettle, but it's basically a big cooking pot that was over a fire, so a cauldron really, and fire and food and baking and bread. So there you go. That is my YouTube Pagan Challenge letter H for my second outing for the YouTube Pagan Challenge. And hopefully this time this recording's okay and I haven't got the neighbours outside screaming. I think the neighbours were having a bit of an argument and I had to keep on re-recording. So there you go. Just a little bit. Like I said, I don't really connect with deities, but over the many years that I have been a practicing witch and calling myself a witch, there have been a few that I've kind of felt connected to, and I've never really lost that connection. Hestia was one of the first, along with Herne the Hunter, which obviously is from a Shakespeare play, The Merry Wives of Windsor. but I do feel there is a connection there. It's a fascination thing. I'm absolutely fascinated by it. And Hecate and Lilith are the other two. I think Lilith, once again, probably stems back to my Judaic roots. But there you go, I've waffled enough. That is my letter H with YouTube Pagan Challenge 2018. Ding ding, round 2. Thanks for watching, witchy people. Bye bye for now.